Welcome to Saucy Bites, the podcast serving up all things food service and kitchen innovation, from recipes to equipment and the people driving the industry forward. We bring you the flavor behind the food. Brought to you by Ovention Ovens. Hello, guys. Today we're working on Saucy Bites, brought to you by Ovention Ovens. And today we have Tim Harris on. I'm going to let Tim tell you a little bit about himself and what he does before we get into the questions, because I think you guys are going to find this interesting in a different way than coming from food service equipment to content creation. We're going to ask some questions that may, go across some markets, but I thought that it would be really intriguing to hear from him and everybody get a little bit of insight of different ways and different content and what he's seen as he started doing it, using followers, those kinds of things. So I'm going to let Tim go for there, and then we'll start some questions.
Cool. Thanks for letting me join, Joe. It's been a pleasure working through LinkedIn and talking with you the last few days and getting going. I'm just a Southern boy. I'm originally a Midwestern farm boy. Spent a lot of time in the last 25 years or so in the bulk handling, material moving industry, and that's where your followers and my LinkedIn family have seen me the most. I live here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and kind of a central here in the Carolinas, and been here for about 10 years. Like I said, bulk handling has been my gig for a while, and just recently I kind of took a break from that. And when I did some traveling. Been traveling all over the world for the last 5 or 7 years, but last couple internationally as a salesperson for bulk handling. But when I semi-retired or retired, whatever you want to call it, this summer, kind of chilled for a while, and then had some clients that I'd worked with in the past that said, "Hey, can you throw a couple posts up for us, and let's see what what happens." And that's how this all started. So one call led to another, 15 or so calls later, and several customers, and Tim taking time, as you saw on my LinkedIn, is now Tim giving time to clients to post their products and what they offer to my LinkedIn family. So I've got a pretty sizable family, and they are excited it seems like they're excited to see all the different things that come in. Like I said, I traveled Europe, UK, India, some Asia territories, and gathered lots of friends through industry. And so it was almost a Where's Waldo type of situation, where where's Tim this week type of deal. And now they see what's Tim posting this week. And that's kind of cool. So
Yeah,
that's a little bit about me.
All right. So I'm going to go into the audience here is going to want. I think what we have captured is, we're food service equipment business, and we know that content creation, influencers, all that stuff is the way the world's going. I see other manufacturers. Some do a little bit, some do a middle range, and some do a lot of it. So I've heard, and now ask your question is, what is the best? I mean, I've always heard, if you're not doing content at least every week, then you're going to lose them. If you're not putting something, if you're putting out once a month, you're not going to have them.
Exactly. There is a nice spot in there. At a minimum, really, companies need to share at least twice a week, minimum. Once a week is good, and a lot of companies were trying out that once a week type of scenario. But it's all about line of sight. People just need to see product out there and see their product being shown. For me, it's either a couple snapshots of a installation of something being done. Like I've seen your post at at shows and working in the kitchen. I mean, people want to see real stuff. They want to see the equipment, but they also want to see real stuff. So for me, pictures and short videos are the thing that's been the most to generate likes, conversation types, things like that. Um, People during my calls with them, with the client, I always hear, "Oh, what's the best? What do you see the most reaction from?" And to be honest, it changes all the time, but now it's about 5 to 20-ish seconds of a video. My best video ever that reaches 20,000 viewers was of a piece of equipment that was being installed. It was actually a commissioning video of a serviceman in the field videoing at this video was a conveyor moving product in Iowa, moving corn, and it still had, like the things on it to position it in the right spot. 7 seconds of a corn video. It still boggles my mind that that's the one that's the biggest one. The second one is another piece of equipment going on to another piece of equipment that's around 15,000 or so views. But yeah, I think unfortunately we have a attention span that's a little less than what it has been in the past few years. So the 3-minute videos that used to be the what we'll call the corporate videos, from the corporate generated videos, that are awesome videos, but they seem to be too long for the person who's wanting to see that quick. They've got a break from work. They're sitting at their desk. They hop on LinkedIn, 30 seconds to look through 5 or 7 posts, and they see a 5-second, 10-second video. That's the one. So that's what grabs your attention. Yeah.
What in that category? What content, like, how professional does it need to be? Like, is it, Chef Joe running in the back, throwing some kitchen up, putting his iPhone up, going, "Hey, I got some potatoes here. I got this." I mean, is that really doing anything for me, or do I need to go mid-level, or do I?
There's a balance. There's definitely balance. I've seen the posts that have, and these again, I know that there are corporate marketing people that need to have things checked off their list, and I agree with that. But I also think knowledge, humor, and being right there and focused on your people and what you're doing is another thing. I mean, if you have 15 different lines of wording of what we're wonderful at, and then a picture of whatever it is, people are only going to scroll down, see the picture, and move on. If you have a humorous line title with what I do, humorous line title, and then a website that this is something we want to search, then that's the website. You go to it and then do a deep search. But for the LinkedIn social media now, it's a couple of lines and let's see what you got to offer me as far as a picture or video, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
But I have seen also where it gets a little bit childish on those, where it gets a little off kilter, and then the other side where it gets too professional. So I'm more the humorous guy. I like to bring on something and show this is real world. This is how it looks. And that seems to be the right in the middle section for me. So,
okay.
Yeah.
On social media, speaking of that, you spoke about LinkedIn quite a bit, and that's where you have a lot of followers. In today's world, where do you believe, and what are the top maybe 3 social media platforms? And what the reason why I asked that is kind of 2-part. It's kind of would a different manufacturer, different thing need a different website? Would they need a different platform? Where is that? How does that fit in?
Yeah, LinkedIn is definitely the manufacturing platform. We're seeing it continue to grow. I mean, that's even when you're watching LinkedIn and you see kind of a Facebooky post pop up,
Yeah.
and people will write out and say, we need to move this to Facebook. I mean, that's a good Facebook post, but not here. So LinkedIn will kind of regulate itself for the industrial and business type people. But I mean, Facebook is definitely a good option. But not LinkedIn for business is definitely LinkedIn for business. Instagram, we're seeing a little bit more growth because of the millennials and the Z's that are coming into the business world. Right now, I think millennials have probably overtaken my age group of the X's in the business and in the LinkedIn social media. So I think Instagram and some of those quick snaps are moving up into the business world. But LinkedIn, I think, is still going to be the business one for right now.
When making a post, do you believe in, and if so, how much, hashtags?
That's a tough one. I used to believe in hashtags, and if you hashtag me, you'll see my old post of me holding equipment and in the past. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If one hashtag of that piece of equipment is all I believe in, but I see a lot of hashtags out there. So, hey, if you're a hashtag fool, LinkedIn says no more than 5, I believe, or maybe it's 3 to 5, somewhere in there.
3 to 5.
Yeah. But I lately I quit putting hashtags. I actually put like the company website and then who is in charge or would like to talk in that type of scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
TikTok. It's becoming more and more a thing, obviously, but I wanted to, so I've put videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm going to make up a number here and let's just say 30
Yeah.
videos. Some of them a year ago, some of them a year and a half ago. I've gotten everything from 10 views to I have a video right now about ready to hit 1 million views. It was doing nothing. I mean, absolutely not. Maybe 3,000 views. And then all of a sudden, the way I see it, it got into some sort of algorithm and just people were just, I have, 27,000 likes or whatever on it. I have comments, 100,000. I have, 1 million. To me, 1 million is great, but I can't really do anything with that. I can't use it. It sounds great. Hey, you got 1 million people, but does that turn into anything, especially in our business or in food equipment, industrial? TikTok, is that the place? I mean,
it's a wild card. I see the exact same thing as what you spoke. I see anywhere from 500 views to I have a few of them that have 5,000. I've never seen more than 5 or 6,000. But one morning you'll wake up and you'll look and go, why did that get that on TikTok?
Exactly.
I mean, there is an algorithm. I don't understand the algorithm for that. On LinkedIn, the algorithm kicks in once there's comments been made. You see the algorithm speed up a little bit more once comments, and then repost a little bit more algorithm, and then you'll see some impressions come through on comments, and that will boost it. The more comments, the more it gets boosted. TikTok, it's a crazy one. I've tried it. I actually like Instagram for my personal social better than TikTok, but TikTok will like I said, you'll be one day and you'll go, that was the stupidest video that I posted, and it did better than this one I really, really liked. So
Absolutely. You never know. Yeah, same thing with me. Like I said, some of the best things I've ever done gets 150 views.
yeah,
Some that I don't think would be great gets the million.
yeah.
So you just don't know.
And then you start getting, people. It gets weird on TikTok.
Yeah,
I'll say
yeah.
that
No, right.
compared to
Definitely.
Instagram. So
we have a lot of work to go with that, but I
Yeah.
think we have a lot of future in it too.
sure.
So that brings me to one other question, and last question to hear before I get into a little more quick fire type
Yeah.
stuff is we're discussing TikTok to go with that. We talked Instagram. What do you see trend wise in the next 5 to 10 years? Like, how is marketing going to stick with that? Is it going to get better? Is social media platforms going to continue to grow? And do in those type of things actually bring business to a manufacturer?
So LinkedIn for me, and I'm an X, so I'm 50 years old.
Yep.
LinkedIn, with the right growth of your connections, will bring you profitability. I saw it in my career. But millennials and Zs are more focused on the quick picture Instagrams, TikTok, like we're talking. So I see those growing as much, if not more, than LinkedIn will going forward. I still think LinkedIn is a great business tool. I think and for me, it's the best business tool. But I'm speaking from my age group and older. The younger age brackets, they're Instagrammers, and they're TikTokers and Snapchatters. So it's
Never Snapchatted that. My
I've
kids
never
do.
either, but that's one that I hear all
But
the
yeah,
time.
it's popular. Different age groups.
Yeah, so that's what I see. I've had a wonderful career in bulk handling using LinkedIn. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
surprisingly. I became a salesman 10 years ago. Before that, I was in actually production agriculture for Tyson Foods and Cargill Foods. And when I went into the sales role, I was told by my wonderful, beautiful wife, "You're going to have to get on LinkedIn because that's where it's at." And 10 years ago, I got on it and just been building ever since. And she was right. It's been great. It's been what has grown my business.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of fire off some stuff at you, Tim.
Sure.
It's kind of a unique way we do this, but it just kind of brings in a little bit of fun with also industry and learning and hopefully good content for our listeners out there. If marketing were a food, what dish would it be?
For me, I'm a slow cooked. Take your time. I've got baby back ribs in the oven right now for 20 hours. So nice dry rub. So I'm going to go with a nice slow cooked meat with dry rub on it.
I can dig that. How much sauce is too much sauce?
I'm not a sauce person. Not a sauce person. I'm that dry rub, pull that meat apart and just let the vapor come up in your face type of guy. I'm not the saucy guy. I
Really?
like I said, I came from I'm originally from Missouri, where Kansas City is the sauce place in the Midwest, but I'm all about dry rub.
All about dry rub. Okay. Let's throw you a scenario out there.
Uh-huh.
You get just one shot to rebrand broccoli.
Oh,
what's your name or slogan if you're marketing broccoli?
Broccoli. This comes back from grandma. This is grandma's garden, and grandma would bring in the little green trees.
Yep.
steam those rascals and put cheese on them. So I'm gonna say broccoli is actually little trees with cheese.
Little trees with cheese. Yeah, I like that. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever had to make look exciting in a marketing video? So what was it that could have been bland and somehow you got to figure it out to be, how is this exciting?
Oh, that one takes me to India. A couple
Okay.
years ago in India, I was there actually selling equipment, but I went into a location that made this product and made a potato snack. It's a stringy snack. And so they were wanting me to automate it, but they also wanted me to show me how it was made by hand in the old days. And they had lots of guys there that were over these big old oil pots, and they were taking the potato cake and they were put it in the shredder type to make the little strings over this thing. And I'm surrounded by the engineers and people, and I'm like, am I okay to take this picture or not? I'm over here going click. No air conditioned, middle of summer, sweat, freeze. That was the time. That was the time. So, and hey, I'm not a huge spicy person. I brought that sack of we call it bougie. I don't know what the name of it is, but we called it bougie. We brought it back, and man, that was the stuff.
Awesome. If you say you're working with a client, right?
Uh-huh.
And his vision, you believe, is not close to correct. How do you bring that information to a client that's paying you, but you need to say, it's not going to work that way, or, the video should do this, or content should have this. How do you get that across without obviously taking someone off?
I show them my past work is the best way. I show them, because you talk to a president of a company who has spent $5,000 or more dollars on a video that's 3 minutes long that they did 7 years ago. You got to be able to say, I love the video, but it's not going to translate.
Gotcha.
And that's what I've actually been doing over the past couple of months for some of these corporations that I'm working for, is I take their beautiful video and I take pieces from it. I might make 5 videos from that 3-minute video. So I say, I'm going to use your video, but I'm going to use it in segments. And that seems like that works really well. Yeah. I pull out 5 seconds here, 3 seconds there, and make a 20-second, 30-second video from a 3-minute video. And that seems like it really, really helps.
Okay. If you could collaborate with any celebrity chef or influencer, who's the wildest choice that would somehow work for you?
For me, we're going to go to New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah. Emeril Lagasse, the Bam Man.
Yeah. He's one of the best. I love Emeril.
I've been to a couple of his restaurants. I used to watch his videos, and the people in the next door house probably heard me going, "Bam!" in there in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Emeril's pretty awesome. Next to him would be Stanley Tucci, the actor in Italy. I like his cookbook. But if we go back in the day, it's Emeril. Emeril Lagasse's the man. So.
Okay. All right. We started out this interview and we're trying to say, okay, we're talking about content creation. We're talking about marketing. We're talking about that as a video. Now, just so the audience, pretend you're explaining what you do to your grandma. In 10 to 15 seconds, make her know what you do.
I've actually had this from my mom. I just returned from a Italian vacation. My mom turned 75. I took her there for her birthday. On the trip, she goes, "So what do you do now?" And I said, "I help promote companies using their products as pictures on the internet." And she goes, "So you make money showing pictures on your phone?" I'm like, "Yes,
I'll
that's
take
what
it,
I do.
Mom. I'll take
That's
it,
what I do,
Mom.
Mom."
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I asked, because this is new. This is,
Yeah,
this is new to a lot of people. And it's, video marketing it's been going on for 10 years and it's still new.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And with with my profile, that's the hardest thing for customers, because they want to work with me, but they want to understand a little bit more. And it's about companies on LinkedIn get some views, but most companies that I noticed have between maybe 3 to 7,000 connections. So when they post something, they're either going to have 3 or 5,000 people watch, or they're going to have to pay LinkedIn or another to broadcast it out there to a bigger view. So when they come to me and I have the large volume of connections I have, I say, I'm posting it on my personal page for you to broadcast it out to the masses of people that I've worked with for the last 20 years. And once I understand that, and once I see the volume come through of people making impressions, liking, loving, whatever they're doing, it becomes easier to understand. But yeah, it's totally new. This is a total new, the whole advertising on social media, and not a web page, which web pages are awesome, because we got to get them to the web page. We got to get them to the web page and to the people in that decision helping place. And this is one of the easiest and most accessible places to be.
Okay. As we wrap it up here, what would you be doing if you were like, okay, I dreamed this as a kid. I wanted to be a firefighter when I was young. There's different paths that we could all take. What would you have been? What would you have done if you think you weren't into this kind of business and, had to make a living this way or that way? But what'd be the most, what would you be doing?
Hey, I grew up a Midwesterner dairy beef farmer and went to college, and I have a animal science degree. So, and that's all I knew in the Midwest.
Tell what animal science is for those that don't live in the Midwest or the South.
Yeah. I mean, so I worked for live animal industry for a long, long time. And that's where I got my bulk handling stuff. My experience is bringing animals food, basically large scale development of animals food. But I love food, I love to travel, and I love clothes. So take any of those three things. If I would have went to college for design, for culinary, or for travel, I would have been extremely happy. But I've had a great 25-year career, and it's taken me all over the world, and I've met some of the most interesting, excited, and fun people through my travels. And I wouldn't change that.
Awesome. I'm going to throw this at you off the cuff because I'm sitting here thinking about it. And if you had to market yourself, so you're talking to the audience right now, you're talking to who's listening, and you were just to market yourself and what you do with your life, what would be that little, elevator pitch of what I do, why I do it, how I can help you type thing? Just an elevator pitch going up.
So I'm just a guy here to help the industry promote their product through my profile and get it out there to see if we can help your product in the industry. That's all I'm doing.
Guys, you heard it here first. I think it's simple, it's straightforward, but it's very in depth when you learn who you're dealing with. You learn your target audience, you learn what content's working, what's not, but you learn also, hey, what's the ROI on this? We're going to have to start figuring out. It's such a hard thing to figure out what that could be, because a lot of it is, likes, touches, watches.
Yeah.
What does that bring you? So I think as we get the analytics of it will play in a lot in the back end as we keep growing and seeing. So anyway, we wanted to discuss with you kind of all this. We wanted to learn a little bit about it. We wanted to see where it's going, the influence world, everything that's, how is media and marketing working? So I thought bringing you on here with doing what you're doing definitely allows the listeners to say, man, where do I need to be? If I'm a matter of fact, where do I need to be? And I think I would say to the audience, think about that. No matter what company you're in, where are you going? Where you need to be? And does social media help me? Does digital media? What's going to do it? Is it AI? Those kinds of things. And that's why you're here, Tim. You're an expert in your field. We appreciate you coming on. And we'll Saucy Bites and Ovention Ovens. We'll be talking at you later. Guys, audience, take it easy. Saucy Bites. Check it out around the corner.